Hey, I'm Carrie here at Get Your Vibe Right, and I am an energy practitioner and mindset coach. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series on how to create or cultivate genuine friendships as an adult. And this is incredibly important. Year after year, we're finding more and more research that proves that we have a better quality of life when we have true friendships, people we can count on. We have better health markers when we do that. We live longer, and oftentimes this also correlates to being more prosperous in life because we are genuinely happier when we have people in our lives that we know have our back. It reduces our stress level, and we thus thrive more than if we don't have these really solid friendships. But it can be hard to create friendships as an adult. And in the part 1 video, I talked about how when we first meet people, we sort of have these sort of instinctual biological overrides that almost force us to act in ways that are counter to cultivating friendships. So you want to check that one out. I've linked to it below. You can check it out after this one. It will still all totally make sense. But with this one, we're going to stay in the realm of science because I've found a couple of 4 different studies out there related to friendships that are particularly applicable here. And knowing these things that they've been proven by science can certainly help you going into new interactions with people. So the first one, they took 2 people who were scheduled to meet one another, and with one of those people, they told them in advance, hey, this person already likes you. They know something about you. They're really looking forward to meeting you. And that wasn't true necessarily. The other person didn't know anything about them. These were 2 strangers meeting, but one person in the interaction believed that they were already liked. Something about them was already liked. And what they found was they conducted themselves very differently when they had that reassurance in advance that the person liked them. They were more open, they were more vulnerable, and the overall interaction was much more positive for that person. So what does this tell us? Well, we should assume that people are going to like us. If we assume that we're going to be liked, we will conduct ourselves in ways that make us more likable. Makes sense, right? In another study that they did, they took people who had no knowledge of each other prior. They had a short interaction, 5-10-minute interaction. And then what they did was they asked those people to rate 2 things. Firstly, how much did you like the person that you met? And secondly, how much do you think they liked you on a scale of 1 to 10? And people consistently, every single person in the study rated their likability less than the person rated how much they liked them, right? So they assumed that the person liked them less than they actually did in every single interaction. And these were complete strangers. They had no knowledge of each other beforehand. So when you're, again, going into an interaction, know that you're valuable. Your friendship, your potential friendship has value to them. You don't need to doubt yourself. You're probably way more likable than you're thinking you are, and you don't need to prove your likability or win them as a friend. Just be genuine, and chances are they're going to respond even better than if you're trying to create that friendship. They're going to like you. Now, there was a 3rd study that was done that said that people who know that they're going to see that person again in the future are more likely to invest the time on the initial meeting in getting to know that person and potentially creating a friendship than if they think they'll never see that person again. So you probably had this experience in your life. You go to a wedding, let's say, of a relative, and a lot of their friends are there, and maybe people that you don't know, and you know you're never going to see again. You might have a great time, but you're not thinking in the back of your mind, oh, I would really like to create a genuine friendship with this person because I'm going to see them in the future. This is somebody I would like to have in my life. When we know that we might see somebody, there's potential there. So what this means is if you can create situations or inscribe in situations where the people who are there are going to know that there's going to be some consistency in your interactions in the future. Maybe this is joining a club of some kind or getting a group of your friends together to golf on Sundays, setting up a weekly or a monthly potluck, and everybody brings somebody that new to each new potluck. Knowing that you're going to see someone in the future has you invest time. So say, hey guys, we should get together next weekend. Hey, maybe we should go out for a hike next weekend, the bunch of us, or let's put together a movie night. That will have people investing in getting to know you more. And the third study, which probably makes perfect sense, but they studied it anyway, is that we are sort of hardwired to want to make friends with people who like the same things that we like. And this reminds me of a talk that I was recently listening to from a man that I greatly admire. His name is Brendon Burchard, and he is a high-performance coach and a thought leader. And he was talking about friendship and how important it was. And he made the distinction that we often have assigned friendships. And what we really want, the ones that are really meaningful to us, are aligned friendships. So assigned friendships are the ones that we kind of fall into, right? There's somebody who took a class with us in college or worked with us, or she is my boyfriend's best friend's friend. Some kind of association. They're just kind of, they're there in your life because of circumstance. They're not there in your life because they align with your passions. They align with your values. They align with the things that are important to you. And it goes without saying probably, but the aligned friendships are the ones that stand the test of time. So make a point to go and be participating in things that do align with your values. If you're into mountain bike riding, get out there and go mountain bike riding with a club or a group that does it, or invite some people that you know to invite people maybe you don't know to go and do that thing with you. Then you know that you have something in common that you're truly passionate about, and you will be much more likely to create lasting friendships from those interactions. Okay? So really quick, 4 different scientifically proven things that you can keep in mind and even apply when going into an interaction or creating an interaction where you can actually create genuine, long-term, lasting friendships as an adult. And hey, by the way, if you have an idea or you have done one of these things that has worked out for you, why don't you share that in the comments below? I would love to know if you have any tips, things that have worked for you, or if you can relate to what I'm saying through some of your own life experiences.